And example 3, we're just going to kind of talk through this one, I think, more so than write things down. But let's have a quick conversation. Do we care, or do we want to maximize or minimize profit? And so obviously, we want to maximize profit. We're in business. We want to make as much money as possible. Next, do we want to maximize or minimize revenue? And so I probably should go ahead and write these down. So number 3, for part A, we want to maximize profit. For part B, do we want to maximize or minimize revenue? The answer is we don't care. Because we can maximize revenue, but if it makes our costs go up significantly, it will cause us to lose profit. So revenue in isolation is something that we cannot be concerned with. Part C, do we want to maximize or minimize cost? And I talked about this in the introductory video. We do not want to minimize cost at all. We do not want to minimize cost. Because if we minimize cost, the way to minimize cost is to do nothing. And so in order to make money, you have to spend money. And so if you minimize your costs, you do nothing. You're sitting at home eating a bag of potato chips on the couch, watching The Days of Our Lives. And that is not going to make you any money. You have to have costs in order to have profit. So we care about profit. We do not care about revenue unless we are talking about revenue in conjunction with cost. And we do not want to minimize cost. We obviously also don't want to maximize cost. We do want to find the sweet spot, though. So this is a good place to say we care about the relationship between cost and revenue, which is profit. So again, we cannot consider costs alone. We cannot consider revenue alone. We need both of them together to consider profit, and profit is the only thing that we care about. We want to do whatever it takes to maximize the profit. Part D, there is only one of these we care about. What is it? We're going to do this in capital letters. We're going to highlight it. And people might be thinking, well, we might want to help somebody out. We might want to do whatever. It might cost us a little bit of profit to do that. Business might be the wrong thing for you to get into then. Business is cutthroat, everyone, and it's all about making profit. Of course, you want to do good in this world, but we don't care about cost. We don't care about revenue. We care about profit. So part E, having high cost is bad, right? With that in mind, maybe it's a good idea to try to minimize costs. How would we do that? And I already sort of alluded to that a moment ago. To minimize cost, you would not even have a business, because doing things, making stuff is associated with costs. You are never going to make a profit without having costs. And so does minimizing costs make sense after all? The answer there is no. See my answer, two-part C. Okay. So again, everyone, I'm going to cap this off with one final statement. Profit is what we care about. Revenue, we do care only if we are also talking about cost at the same time, because that conversation leads to a conversation about profit.